Hey everybody, what's going on? Hexlex here. I got another Master Duel video for you. It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for another one of our viewer specials. For those of you who are new to the formula, although I've been doing this weekly for some time now, so I don't imagine that is too many of you out there, but for those of you who are wondering exactly what a viewer special is, it is quite simple. Every week, once a week on Mondays, I like to take a video to show off not my games, but rather replays from you all, the viewers. I like to do this for many reasons. You know, the main one of which is just to be able to give you all, I guess, kind of a chance in the spotlight as well, right? It definitely pays to watch multiple duelists play. It's the best way to learn and get better at Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to interact with the community, share deck lists, and of course, again, watch each other duel. So, in that kind of effort, I want to make sure that we're seeing games on the channel from more people besides just me. Of course, again, I also really like the opportunity to let you all have a moment here being featured on the video as well. It's only fair given that, you know, you are definitely the ones who have built up the channel to what it is. I've just kind of been uploading the content. So if you're wondering how you can submit games for the viewer special, it is quite simple actually. If you head over to the description below, you will find a link to my Discord. And I have a channel in the Discord specifically dedicated to submissions for the viewer special. The Discord is totally free to join, and there are already hundreds of duelists there. We all like to have fun, talk about the game, chill, relax, help each other with decks, again, share replays for the viewer special, etc., etc. If you don't have a Discord or aren't interested in joining, that's also completely fine. You can also definitely submit replays by just throwing them in the comment section down below. As far as the information that I'll need from you in order to feature your replay, the main one I'm going to need is your 9-digit player ID. Of course, make sure to include that. Also, extremely important, you're going to need to make sure that your replays are saved publicly. If they're not saved publicly, then I'm not going to be able to view them or feature them. So. It also definitely helps if you want to include some more like information about which duel you'd like me to see if you've got multiple replays saved. Definitely include a date, time, and or name of your opponent just to make sure I know, hey, this is the one specific game you want me to see. You can always submit multiple duels to the viewer special. I'm 100% okay with that. I just ask that you don't spam the same submission over and over again. The other information, this is all totally optional, but if you'd like to include a little bit of information about what the game was or how it went, like I played this deck versus this deck, or in, you know, how it played out, that's also very helpful as well. I do end up watching the majority of these duels, so even if you didn't get featured, I did very likely see it. And again, even if you didn't get featured this week, there's always next week. There's always more duels to be had. I'm also thinking about potentially watching some of these replays on stream at some point in the future as well. I do stream regularly now over at twitch.tv/hexlexlive. Like everything else, the link is going to be in the description below for that, so feel free to check that out if you would like to. But let's go ahead and take a look at some games for this week's viewer special. Alright, so our first game is going to come to us from the one and only Best Toadette. Best Toadette is a frequenter of the streams in the Discord, to see them around a lot, so definitely eager to see the duel that we have here before us. We are playing a pile deck. We're playing oh, hang on, let me actually pull up. It is a Punk Bestial Mikanko 60 card pile. You all know how much I love my pile deck, so of course I am extremely eager to see how this one's gonna play out here. So looks like we took the first turn. We opened, what is this, Gamma, 2 Fenrir, Foxitude, and Lubellion. So the 2 Fenrir, obviously not 100% ideal, but this is definitely not a bad hand at all. I like using the Lubellion first here, just in case they throw out an Ash Blossom. I like the idea of summoning Gamma a little bit more than the Fenrir. Let me look at this extra deck. What's going on with this extra deck here? Alright, Goddess, Unicorn, Dark, IP, Lambda, that's spicy. Zeus, Zombie Vamp. This is the exact kind of extra deck I like to see. Hell yeah. So definitely eager to see that. Looks like our opponent had an Imperm for our Zamin Lazette, so we're going to end on Baron de Fleur. We've got that and the Magnum Hut, which we're also going to end up summoning here. Magnum Hut will, of course, grant us that search. And, oh yeah, we also get to sack off the Magnum Hut for Lubellion. Lubellion will then pull out a Branded Regained from the deck. And then, yep, we're adding Saronir to offer a little bit more disruption going into the opponent's turn here. So, That Imperm definitely stopped us from doing a lot more, but it seems that, we still have an Omni, and we still have the ability to gain a little bit more advantage as well as threaten our opponent's extra deck monsters. So, definitely not a horrible spot to be in for going into our opponent's turn 1 here. Yes, we did mention that we're up against Dragon Link, so Safer's coming down. We get to summon off of the Branded Brigade. They're going to chain a Max Seed, but we get to just chain our Baldric in response to that. So, good stuff. We're going to get, of course, that Disruption online, and then the Regained will set up the Magnum Hut, which will offer another search for this turn's end phase. The Regained will offer some more immediate advantage in the form of a card draw here. I'm digging that Lambda in the extra deck. I hope that's going well for you. And here we see the Mikanko side. This one is the bounce one, I think? Let's see. Return... Wait, yeah, this is the bounce one. Return to the hand, yep, so. Alright, they're going for the Striker Dragon, grabbing themselves a Boot Sector launch here, which is promptly being activated. Wow, 55.5% win rate for Dragon Link. That's pretty high, actually. We're using Baron de Fleur to stop the Boot Sector launch. Definitely not a bad idea at all. Opponent is going to special summon the Collapse Serpent. We now know that they have a Rocket Monster in their hand that shouldn't be too useful to them unless they want to pitch it for the Ravine here. Yeah, they've already used their normal summon. They've already used Boot Sector launch. So our opponent is definitely going to be fairly limited in what they're able to actually do with their turn here. This is the thing too, right? Like, when it comes to your turn 1 inboard, you don't necessarily need a lot of disruption if you're able to use the disruption that you have well. Alright, so we're getting the Rocket Caliber. Okay, that is actually going to be able to summon itself, likely via its own effect. We also had a Levianeer left in hand. Oh my goodness. So, it seems that that last card is going to be probably a Tracer, I imagine. Just another Rocket Monster, but... Yep, going for the Pisty. Now here is the, what's it called? The Triple Burst Dragon. I'm a little surprised our opponent didn't try to go for an access code OTK, but I don't actually know if they would have been able to, given the current situation here, right? Because the Levianeer is not able to attack, right? So, that would have made things a little bit awkward. Looks like they're just going for the Boral and a Dragon, which is able to attack all of our monsters, but, you know... It is, of course... Oh, wait, yeah, they had the Caliber as well. Surely our opponent should have been able to go for lethal, right? Hold on, did they only... What is that Caliber effect? Was that only because they battled and they were able to use that? No, of course not. I don't understand that at all. I think our opponent definitely had access to lethal there. On turn 2, I think Dragon Link a lot of the time should normally be going for like the Chaos Ruler into access code line. That's a pretty easy way to find 8,000 damage. I'm a little surprised our opponent didn't do that. But still, we do have to play through the Borload Borland setup, which is definitely not going to be super easy to do here. Looks like we are activating the True Swarm effect. The opponent is going to use the Borload Savage Dragon to negate that. Nice thing about the Boral End is, and its negation, right, is that it has to negate something on the field. The other nice thing about Borland, as we just saw there, is that while the card does have protection effects from battle, card effects can be destroyed by either, and also is protected from targeting monster effects. It does not protect from targeting spell or trap cards effects, and indeed, we are seeing the Mikanko part of our pile come into play right here at the very end as we're using the Mikanko Water Arboresque in order to bounce the Borland Dragon. And of course we have the, which one is this? The Huli as well on board in order to make use of that. So good stuff here, very good stuff here. Thank you so very much for submitting this game, Toadad. It definitely means a lot. Love to see you in chat, love to see you here in the viewer specials on the Discord, and I'd love to see anyone else watching who'd be interested in joining either of those places as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next duel here. Alright, looks like our next duel is going to come to us from Sabas Turan. Hope I said your name correctly there. You have a duel where you're playing another bit of a brew that you've cooked up here. Pearly Spright. We're playing that against Stun, and that's going to be this game right here. Let's go straight into it. Yeah, definitely love to see you all. Oh, I'm on my determined face. I'll leave it on, why not? It's because I have my extra, like, Hex sprite faces like set to my number pad right now, and so when I'm typing in the numbers with that for the games here, I must be changing my faces. That's kind of funny, but alright. So yeah, as you can see, we are definitely on Pearlies and Sprites together. It makes sense though, right? Because the Sprites, the blue and the jet especially, can summon themselves if you've got a rank 2 on the field, so I mean, yeah, we're definitely putting those out with the Pearly stuff here. Just want to look at your extra deck again. Looks like we are playing, yeah, one of each Gigantic Elf and Sprend for the Sprite extra deck package here. Alright, here's my friend Pearly, which we're activating, revealing 3 Delicious Memory. Getting to add one of those to the hand. Delicious Memory, this is pretty typical Pearly stuff. Activating the effect of the Pearly. Revealing 2 Nimble Beaver and a Sprite Carrot. Sure, our opponent is, on one hand, less confused. They at least know what fully our deck is, but they are probably actually more confused as well from what they saw there. Alright, Sleepy Memory and Plump. I think we actually used the Plump effect a little bit early. This one that attaches 2 spell or trap cards to the graveyard. We could have activated Sleepy, discarded Yeep, which I think we're gonna maybe do anyway. I don't remember actually, but we could have activated Sleepy, discarded Yeep, and then after this effect, we could have attached the 2. Okay, yeah, we're not getting rid of Yeep. I see. So that wasn't part of the plan at all. Oh, because we can just Yeep into the... I understand. Okay. Sorry, it just took me a moment to catch up with where you were at here. So, we're going to get into Beard. That's actually one of the huge kind of things about this game. Also, did it not do the sound effect there? That was weird. That was really weird. It didn't... Usually there's like a sound effect when it plays a card like that. But it was just kind of oddly quiet there for a moment. Maybe that's just audio on my end. Who knows? But... we're not done here. We're definitely not done here because the My Friend is actually going to allow us to get back 3 of our continuous spells, and of course none of those are once per turn. So we're going to unfortunately whiff on our other Pearly here. Going to summon a Pearly from the deck and go for the Sylvan Princess Sprite. Going to excavate off that, and unfortunately we whiff here as well. That's pretty brutal. So going to have to end on the Princess Sprite, Primal Being Token, and Pearly. Opponent's going to Extrav for 6, drawing a couple of cards, and they Duality, revealing the top 3, which is Card of Demise, Unending Nightmare, and Storming Mirror Force. So, not really too sure about the opponent's choice of trap cards here as a stun deck. I mean, to be fair, there are relatively few Floodgates in Master Duel right now, but like, Unending Nightmare just seems kind of like, I don't know, not great, honestly. To be fair, I mean, it's going to get used here against the My Friend, which is probably why our opponent is teching it. But, I don't know. I don't think just because a tech works, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good, right? And I don't think the Unending Nightmare is good here. Ooh, they have the Crackdown for the Nib token. That's pretty brutal. The Inspector Border as well. Actually, we are going to be able to board wipe because we have an extra deck monster on the field. Oh, wait, no, we can't, because this is only going to have 1 material. We do get to Kaiju over it, though, so at least there's that. We're so desperately excavating with this Pearly, and we did finally find a Delicious Memory. We get to activate the Pearly effect, revealing the Delicious Memory from hand, and overlaying into Da Plump. Too bad we don't still have that Pearly, but... Oh, well. We're going to grab that Sleepy Memory, and oh yeah, because we did the Pretty Memory, we have the ability to attach stuff. Oh, we get to make a Noir here, because our Pearly Plump is going to have 5 materials since we're attaching this Santa Claus. That's good. I like this a lot. And then we get to draw off of it too. This is good stuff. This is definitely good stuff. Yeah, I feel like Stun... How does a Stun deck out an unaffected Noir? Like, does it... Well... They might have some kind of like Crackdown, for example. Let me see this. Hang on. Oh, there's also the Moon Mirror Shield. I completely forgot about that. Okay, now that is an activated effect. There are some effects that take control of cards, like the Makanko Equip spell, that actually are not activated. Like, it applies a condition to the monster to take control of it, so... Ugh, Card of Demise. What a gross card. It's never used to do anything fair, either. Alright, top decking a Pretty Memory. We've also got this Nimble Beaver, which is pretty rad here. Going for Da Angler. I also like that we're saving the Noir's materials. That way, if our opponent flips up like a Gozen or a Rivalry or a Skill Drain or something, we won't be able to stop a Solemn, but any of the continuous trap card Floodgates we can spin back with the Noir in response to the activation, and then, yeah, we won't be able to... our opponent won't be able to use them. Getting rid of the Nib token. Opponent... Oh, they have that Storming Mirror Force. That's pretty brutal. Getting rid of our opponent's Unending Nightmare. Definitely seems like the call, just in case we top deck pretty much anything at this point, actually, because Pretty can discard anything for Per Lily, which can add My Friend, so... Alright, opponent's going to set another back row. Sometimes you get really good games against stun like this. Macro Cosmos is actually pretty brutal, but we're able to chain to it so that way we can get this sleepy memory, or pretty memory rather, in the graveyard before the macro actually resolves. Yep, here's the Pearly adding the My Friend. As I said before, it's a very good thing we got rid of that Unending Nightmare, which again, yes, it's like, it's pretty alright in situations in this matchup, but overall I think stun can be playing better continuous trap cards. Alright, we're going for the Pearly Beauty here. Battling for 1600, setting a card and then passing. So this is cool because it'll allow us to not only potentially negate monster effects on our opponent's turn, but if they try to battle over the beauty, we can chain Delicious Memory, which will not only allow the beauty to, of course, not be destroyed by battle, and give it more stats, but the beauty can also potentially change the battle position of the opponent's monster as well, which is cool. Oh no, we didn't whiff. Okay, we found a happy memory. I was gonna say we whiffed on so many of our Pearlies here, but no, we found it. Okay. Alright, we've got the Pearly Happiness here coming down, and this should be it, right? We're gonna battle with the Happiness. Oh no, a Compulse? Are you serious? Oh no! Okay, we have the Delicious Memory. Oh, we're gonna bounce our opponent's last back row here? Wait, what's going on? Okay, we're bouncing their macro. Oh, and then we get to summon the Pearly. That's gonna be like exact lethal too. Oh my god. Not exact lethal, it's 50 over. Oh, and then we discarded oh, you can discard Angler for the spells, and then you get 2 Beaver. I didn't even think about that. That's the reason to play Spright with Pearly. I understand. I understand now. Sabas has definitely opened my eyes to a new variant of Pearly here. And I'm kind of thinking I might try it out myself even. So thank you very much for sharing. It is absolutely appreciated. I believe we still have one more game here. Yes, let's go ahead and take a look at that. And our final game here comes to us from Ban the Roach, who is expressing a sentiment I think a lot of us definitely share. So, yeah, this is the game we're going to be taking a look at. They are playing, let me get my note here, Spright versus Kashtira Punk. I think he talked in particular about playing through quite a bit of disruption as well, so let's go ahead and see what we've got here. We're going to be going second in this case. We have a Ghost Ogre and an Ash Blossom, which is pretty rad. Oh no, sorry, we're playing Cash Punk against Spright. I completely misunderstood that, but definitely totally down to see this as well. Wow, opponent didn't have anything on turn 1? That's brutal. They do have a Max Seed, but we've got an Ash Blossom, but they have a Gamma. Okay, we're starting to see why they didn't do anything on turn 1. It looks like their hand is entirely, yeah, the driver came from the hand as well, yep. Looks like the opponent's hand is entirely like disruption and stuff. Alright, we're gonna E-Telly here. I was expecting an Ash Blossom on that E-Telly. Ooh, we are under Max C, so we're taking the challenge, which is definitely, to be fair, like completely fine going second, right? Alright, Diurno is gonna reveal the Sharakusai and summon itself, sending the Sharakusai. We're not even gonna bother with the Rising Carp line here. We're going straight for the level 8 Synchro, the Jam Dragon Drive. Going to activate that effect in order to add a tuner, as well as, of course, the Deer Note effect to bring back the Sharakusai. Zayamin also gets to buff the Dragon Drive here as well. Yeah, so we're going to have to clear the 2 defense mode monsters, as well as amassing 8,000 points of damage. But if we go for, like, Amazing Dragon, that might not be particularly difficult here. Foxy Tune's coming down. We're sinking for 11 here. Yep, here's the Amazing Dragon. Bouncing the 2 monsters. This will make the Gamma live. Ooh, this isn't lethal though. That's the problem. Yeah, and we couldn't activate further monster effects either, because then it would just get Gamma'd. I mean, not that you can, like, bring something back the same turn you bounce with the Amazing Dragon anyway, but... So now we're in a situation where we have kind of limited disruption, and we still have to play through our opponent's massive hand here. Looks like they're starting with Beaver for Elf. I can already see, I think, where this is gonna go here. Are we gonna wait for the Gigantic and then just Ogre it? That's pretty rad if we are. They are gonna get to Foolish their Angler and somehow did not draw their other 2 Nimble Beavers in all those draws. It's pretty lucky of them. Yep. Here's the Gigantic. Does the Ogre target? It does not, does it? Nope, does not have the word target in its card text. So that was actually a very good part on, or a very good play on the opponent's part, right? To put the Gigantic specifically under the Elf before going into it, so that way Imperm wouldn't be able to do it, the Dangerous Gabu that we have down wouldn't be able to do it, but Ghost Ogre and I believe Ash Blossom as well do not target, so those are going to be enough here. Oh no, they have the Called By though? That's brutal. That's actually brutal, because of course that means that our Ogre is not going to resolve. How are we going to win this duel? Oh my god, how did you win this game? I'm actually really eager to find out. Well, I've already watched this duel, I know, but I'm just hyping it up for the channel. You know what I mean? Anyway, so looks like they're overlaying Blue and Beaver for Centuria, specialing Jet. I'm surprised we didn't go for a Shadow Mosquito there. Shadow Mosquito, we're just going for the Gamma Burst, so TK. Well, here's the other thing too, right? Like, yeah, we collided there. Here's the other thing too on your opponent's part. This is why Shadow Mosquito is so necessary. And I wonder if a lot of people are just not crafting it because they just want to pull it from Legacy packs. But if you're going to play Spright in this meta, situations like this are exactly why you need Shadow Mosquito. Because sometimes Gamma Burst is just not enough here. But if they had Shadow Mosquito, then they would have OTK'd. But, oh my god, what are we going to do here? We're going to force the Elf with the Gabu. This is such a big brain play. I love this. We're forcing the Elf with the Gabu, so that way we can not only triple tack, but also jam Dragon Drive. Because jam Dragon Drive, for those who don't know, can actually bring itself back when your opponent chains to. They don't even have to negate. As long as they chain to one of your Punk cards, then you get to activate it. Oh my god. Are we gonna... We're doing it. We're actually gonna... We even have the Downer too! Oh my god. We're actually gonna Downerd Zeus with their Sky Cavalry. What, okay, we have Fortune Tune. That's normally what we do there. Okay, got it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's rad. Activating the Zeus here. I will say that I probably would have waited on activating the Zeus, even though our opponent does have a couple of back rows. In a situation like this, we don't, like, particularly need to clear their board, I don't think. We can wait until they start committing to the board, and then I think we could have gone through that chain link. To be fair, that does also open up the opponent having the possibility of having more disruption, but and then they started themselves for lethal. Oh, that duel was quality entertainment the whole way around, in terms of the plays being made, in terms of how good our plays were, and how funny our opponents were. So, Ban the Rush, thank you very much for sharing that game. It is definitely much appreciated. Thank you everybody who shared duels for this viewer special. It's a series that literally could not happen without you all, and it's a series I really, really like doing. So I'm grateful that we're at a point where we are consistently able to put out the viewer special because y'all are submitting games. So thank you all once again. Love having you here. And let's just go ahead and move now to our outro. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching it all the way to the very end. That means a whole lot to me, and it's also a fantastic way to support the channel. And if you're interested in supporting the channel in other ways besides YouTube, there are plenty of ways to do that. If you check out the description below, you'll find a bunch of links down there. One of them goes to my Patreon. You're actually seeing the names of everyone subscribed to the Patreon on the screen right now. So if you're interested in getting your name in the credits here at the end, if you want to see more daily Master Duel content, or if you're interested in one-on-one private coaching sessions, I offer all of that on Patreon. I also stream live on Twitch. Feel free to go ahead and click that link and follow and or subscribe there. I also have the Discord community, if you want to follow that link, where hundreds of duelists have already signed up. Free to join, and you can just come hang out, talk about the game, and chill in general. Final link that's going to be in the description is my Twitter. You can follow that if you want some more notifications of what's happening with the channel. So, all in all, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.